Be the change. Be the change. Be the change. So, I think sometimes we humans, we think it's so complicated because we get fed all these things all the time. We feel worry, feeling anxious, angry, and sometimes just nothing. There's just nothing going on inside, and I would say that's the soul resigned after too many heartbreaks, too many heartaches, too many disappointments, too many betrayals, too many of all the stuff that a lot of people are out there, and they're doing it and they think is perfectly fine because it's a part of the culture that we have developed. And so being the change is about, even though it might look like that outside, and even though all the other people might be doing that way, then you don't have to do it that way. If you want happiness, true happiness, if you want to feel joyous with the life that you have, you don't even have to change anything with your life the way it is. You can just change how you feel about things, what you do. So yourself, you can just change yourself, and everything in your surroundings and everything in your life will also then change with you. So if you are able to build yourself up, and this is what this channel is all about, being the change is about for you to find your inner strength so you can build yourself up. You can show up for yourself. You can show up for the things that you were designed to do. You can show up for the passions that you were born with. You can show up for the purpose that you have here on planet Earth. And if you show up for yourself and you show up in that empowered way, I can assure you one thing, or maybe more things than one, that you are going to feel very, very satisfied with your life. You're going to feel very confident about the choices that you have to make. You're going to feel really good about yourself. And when you feel really good about yourself, then the people in your life, they are also going to feel really good about you and themselves eventually. But that's not your concern. Your concern is to put yourself in back together. We're not just a big head. Like most people just walk around like a big head with two shoes on it, constantly thinking. Waste of time, if you ask me, waste of space, everything, because it's just made up imaginations, a lot of it. Not really a waste. But it's more beneficial to think about yourself as a mind, body, and soul. Your mind has its pros and cons. Your body, pros and cons. Your soul, pros and cons. You have to just be willing to let them be awakened, alive, and vibrant. Whew, that was a lot on my mind there for a starter. For a starter. Tear down the walls around your heart. Give and receive security and warmth. Security and warmth. Tearing down the walls around your heart. I know a lot about building walls around my heart because I had to. It was necessary to protect myself, my true essence, my soul. It was necessary to put walls around my heart to protect my soul. Now though that I'm older, wiser, I've come through the betrayal, the backstabbing, all that stuff. And then now I'm on the other side of it. Now it's important for me, and if you have similar experience, which I'm pretty sure that you do, because we do live on planet Earth, which is a pretty messed up place that we have created. In between us humans, the planet itself is actually gorgeous, beautiful, adventurous, but we humans mess up a lot of things. So breaking down the walls that we all probably have had to build, because life can be very challenging. It is challenging to be a person on planet Earth. But if you build the walls are good. You can keep them if you want to. If you need to, you can keep them. There's nothing wrong with it. The only thing that, for me, it's just like, I know that your life is going to be less if you have the walls. Your life is going to be less warmth, less caring, less engaging in whatever you do with your life. It's going to be less disappointments, yes, but also the expectations, the joy, the wow, and the adventure, and all the good stuff. So you don't only, when you build the walls, you're not only building walls for the negative stuff, you're also building walls for the positive stuff. So if you're okay with living without both, then keep the walls, just be protected. You can go through life feeling rather nothing and just do the things that you're supposed to do, and then you die in the end and you did your purpose. And that's okay too. If you want though to have more experiences, you want to have more adventure, you want to be able to sit back and look in from your rocket chair and you'd be like, hey, dang, I can't believe I did that. That was a lot of fun. Or wow, that was quite an adventure. I never thought I would be able to accomplish that. I'm so glad that I did the inner work when I did, because the rest of my life was completely different and I loved it. So that's the beauty of doing the inner work. You don't have to do it. There's not a rule that says that you have to, because you don't have to do your free will. But if you want a good life on planet Earth, which I know I do, then it's definitely worth taking the time to get to know yourself on the inside. That's where all the answers are. Tearing down the walls around your heart. Tearing down the walls around your heart. It's a scary thing to do, I know it. But if you do, you might just show up as the Queen of Wands. If you do, you might just attract people who want to work with you and acknowledge you. If you do, you might just get that soulmate. I mean, soul bonds can come in so many ways. You can have soul bonds with friends. You can have soul bonds with lovers. You can have soul bonds with colleagues. You can have soul bonds with family. You can have soul bonds with any kind that you feel that your soul is connected to, that you feel a deeper connection, a connection that goes beyond. Like, what's your, oh, we have that in common. Yeah, we like that, both of us like that. Then we have a soul bond. No, we don't. Like, that whole stuff with that is just, soul bonds, way deeper than that, way more than that. But if you have walls up around your heart, you won't be able to let it in. If you have walls up around your heart, you won't be able to work with people. They're not going to come in and pound on the wall and to try and make things happen with you and for you. And so tearing down the walls around the heart. And how do you do that? I think softness, focusing on soft, just soft, because it's pretty hard and it's pretty solid and it's pretty plain when you have the walls up around your heart. And so softness, focusing on softness in your chest area, in your heart space, in your chakra, like the heart chakra, focusing on softness, focusing on gratitude. Maybe that's the first step. Like for me, I know that was the most important thing that I did, was my little gratitude list, 10 things per day. Do that for like however long you need to. Across the weeks, as the weeks go along, you're gonna notice the change within yourself. And I promise, in the beginning, I couldn't even find 10 things. I was like, okay, can I use all my fingers? Get 10 fingers. Is that okay to be grateful for that? Or the grass outside, little snooty little attitude. But it helped. So basically, after doing that over and over again, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to see so many things that are so beautiful. And also, you don't have to have that beauty, the open heart. You don't have to connect it to the people. You can connect it to the divine. You can connect it to what you see around you, so that you can feel safe in opening up your own heart space, because you don't have to connect it to any other people, like unless they come in and they show that they are worthy of the connection. But the Queen of Wands is a great energy, like passionate and compassion and passion, being excited about things, putting things into motion, like your passion projects. Like what fired you up when you was younger? Like what was it that you loved to talk about it, or you wish that you have done that, or maybe if I had done this, and then you got excited about it. What are those things? Like maybe that is where you can find your Queen of Wands energy. You can do your gratitude list at the same time, and now you're going to be able to maneuver your way and find your way into what is special for you. What is special for you? And even if you have a big family or you have commitments that you can't get out of it, like even within those situations, you can still acknowledge what is important for you, what is good for you, and how is How do you want it to work in your life? How can it work for you? Current situation. Not wanting to let that in. Not wanting to open up to the divine. Rather putting trust in people. Always being a giver. The gratitude for just being alive, it's pretty remarkable if you think about it. All these things that have to come together that you planted right there, like that you are here on planet Earth is a freaking miracle. Like, how can they even pop you out just the way that you are? You got popped out someplace on this planet, and here you are human, and with all of your qualities, all of your experiences, all of the things that you have been through in your life, all of your circumstances, there's not a single person on this planet Earth who has the same set of circumstances and qualities that you have. And so that's pretty remarkable. And so if you want to open up your heart so you can share your remarkability with someone else, you have to be willing to open and tear down those walls so that you can let. And the gratitude list is going to allow it to open up for that divine love, for that unemptying cup. Like you can that it's a self-filling cup, self-up-filling cup all the time. And so instead of running around, don't be a people pleaser because guilt or because now with the heart closed, it's difficult to know where the boundaries are, or with the heart closed, it's difficult to feel where you feel good. Like if you want to build a good life for yourself, find things that you love and do more of those things. Well, with a closed heart, you don't even know what you love because you can't feel it. And so there you are, now you're stuck. Now you're stuck, and this is going to be your life if you don't open up. You have to open up your heart so you can feel where it feels good for you, where it makes you feel good to be there. And when you do, you're going to be opening up to the wish fulfillment, the Nine of Pentacles. You're going to open up so many things with your time, your energy, what you bring into your life, your wealth, your money, resources. And I think sometimes in this culture that we're living in, like people walk around getting betrayed by everyone, getting disappointments, feeling stepped over and all that stuff, closing up their hearts and then going about the life. And this happens unconsciously because body is very, very, very good at taking care of itself, very resilient. If you have horrifying circumstances, systems in your body will just automatically close down so that your soul can be able to endure it and go through it. So you have this resilience within you. So even automatically, without thinking about it, a lot of this heart stuff and after disappointment is going to be closed down just because it's easier for your soul to handle it like that. And so when doing that, also you Margie. Lost the train of thought. So anyhow, tearing down the walls around the heart. Give and receive security and warmth. Esther and Abraham Hicks says, those who observe you will be amazed by the things they begin to see happening in your experience and by the joy that you will obviously be radiating. If you start doing this work, if you start pulling down those walls around you, opening up for gratitude for the littlest things, and about the automatic shutdowns that we do. And then once you shut down, automatically your body goes into a shutdown automatically. And then we go to the doctor and we ask the doctor, oh, I'm not feeling so good. Do you have something for that? Oh, and the doctor says, oh, sure, yeah, we have plenty of companies who want to sell you all their medicine so they can make a whole shitload of money while building up your walls. And so a smarter way, I believe, in my heart, is going to be to open up the heart with gratitude, gratitude list, gratitude, thankfulness, being thankful, grateful, opening up that heart space, opening up that, and you're going to bring in this. Like those who observe you when you do this work, those who observe you will be, Margie, uh-uh, 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 uh-uh. Those who observe you, they will be amazed by the things that they begin to see happening in your experience and in the joy that you will obviously be radiating. And you will explain with the confidence and certainty that you were born with. I have found a way to allow the well-being flow that is natural for me, to me. I have learned to practice the art of allowing. And this is about the Ace of Cups. Like this is about your current situation, the Ace of Cups. Allowing the well-being to be. Even whatever circumstances you have, you can choose to be happy no matter where you are. Like you can choose to just make it into something that you just change your perspective, just be present. And if you really don't want to be there, then you find something else to do. But you might as well feel good about what you're doing, whatever you do. Full radical acceptance of what is. And reluctancy to change will just keep coughing up the same experiences. Reluctancy to change will keep coughing up, yes, the same experiences, same stuff. So shadow work. Okay, so here are interesting. So shadow work that we can do, like as a human formed, shaped by, molded by these the culture, whatever that we're living in, all these powers that want to influence us as humans. Like first and foremost, the first card that comes out with shadow work is like the Six of Swords in a reverse. So being reluctant to trust, have faith. Like if I could tell you my whole life story, and I could tell you that there was no people for the most part in that story, maybe a few people that helped me along the way in that story, but getting on the boat, having faith, trusting, even when it seems completely outrageous. I'm not encouraging anybody to do something stupid, but I'm encouraging people to have faith. Because if you do the next thing, if you start to open that heart, and now you have your guidance systems, now you have your GPS working again. Now you can, okay, you know, it felt really, it made me feel really strong or empowered and good when I was there. And when I was over there, I felt like they just wanted to change me. I wasn't good enough. I was wrong because when I went in there, they wanted to change me. You can be accepted by us if you do this. You can be accepted by us if you talk like that. Like, no, I don't want that. I want to trust in the divine. I want to get in that boat and I want to have full faith and believe that the wheel of fortune is going to spin in my favor. So once you have faith and you believe in the goodness and you do the next right thing, and this is about also like, you know, when you're doing something wrong to people. You know when it's something that you're doing with someone else that is making you feel a certain way. Now you feel guilty or shamed or feel bad about what you did or whatever. And then, you know, you can see on people's faces if you disappoint them, if you make them sad, if you, however, and then you can adjust your behavior if you want to bring something good to the table and if you want to spread good stuff. And adjusting the behavior, doing the next right thing so that you can be light in this world, so you can be something good in this world, something that is uplifting, not manipulative, not trying to get people to do your bidding because you can see potential in them and want to make money of them. No, none of that. Just being true to the nature. Wheel of Fortune, having faith that things, when you do the next right thing. So have faith, go in the boat. Trust, do the next thing, even if it's only you who can see your vision and your plans. Then do it anyway, try it, and have faith that it's gonna, the Wheel of Fortune karma, when you do the next right thing, you're building good karma, good things are gonna come back to you. The Hierophant is here, which is the Pope of the Tarot deck, and I will say it again and again, that religion is so freaking far from self-realization, so far from Jesus's teachings, that that might be another thing. For me, I know I'm still working on it because it's a very powerful tool that with the ideology of religion, it's very powerful and people feel guilty, they feel shamed. Now you're scared and I think God is going to punish me if I even think about these things. I think I might be punished if I even look at those cards. I think I might be punished. And then that's the teaching that is being placed upon you. So now you're not quite good enough. You have to adjust into our little system over here, because what in our little system, we don't care about how you feel. We don't care about your passions. We don't care about what makes you unique as a human being. Well, sometimes that's the shadow work that you have to do. Sometimes you have to overcome those doctrines that have been implanted in you over time, over long periods of time, over and over again. Because Jesus did teach us to find inner peace. He did teach us to be compassionate around people. He did teach us that there's nothing different between me, them. Like, he treated everybody with the same respect, because they're humans, right? One human family. And the church the church is doing a lot of good things. The church is not educating people in how to come into their own awakening, their own amazing, strong, beautiful, vibrant, authentic, empowered self. So that is a part of the shadow work that is showing up in this reading, this message here today. And I mean, by doing these things, so probably when you was a child or growing up, that's when you start building these walls. That's also usually when the church starts to implement the teachings, and then you start building the walls and everything starts building up, and now you're a good candidate to maneuver around, or to shuffle around. So by doing this work, tearing down the walls around your heart, gratitude, opening up, being available to yourself, you're going to recreate something so beautiful, like reminiscing, like the good old days. But you're not going to have to think about it in the good old days. You're going to recreate it, and you're going to create the good nowadays. Now you're going to create days that later on you're going to reminiscing about. Those are great days. And so that's the gift. And having balance, being patient, because I know self-worth is, if you don't have it, like if you, like me, they taught me that I was like probably not even the poop under the shoes. Not, I was worse than that. And so if that's what you was taught to believe about yourself, you're going to make choices from that point of view, and from that point of attraction, you're also going to attract in things. So if you want to change your self-worth, or if you want to change your habits, or if you want to change how you feel about yourself, if you want to change anything in your life, you have to have patience with it. If you start today and you start writing the gratitude list, you're not going to feel completely open and gratitude and grateful and thankful and wake up in the morning and be like, oh, wow, another day. I'm so thankful. Thank you for another day. Wow. And so it's not going to happen for the most part. It could probably, but it won't for most of us happen overnight. It'll happen over time. And so just starting it today, make a decision, like maybe this is a 5-year plan that you're making with self-development. Let me see what I can do in the next 5 years. I have to be here on planet Earth anyway, so I might as well set up some goals. Okay, if I want to find that true joy, how do I do that? Ask about it, pray about it, put down whatever comes to your mind. How you can find that true joy, the one that begins from within, and it lights up your face, it lights up your heart, it lights up your life, and now everything in your life is going to feel better. Like, pray about it, set down whatever when you meditate, you listen, and put into works and to words these things that you want to accomplish in your life. And also a slow message coming in. It won't be, which is a good thing, because with patience and the 8 of Wands is usually something coming in really quick, really fast, a message, something passionate about, coming in really quick. But here it's like, okay, so start this work, start the work on the heart, opening it up. And the Empress. Yes, because how you cannot be the Empress unless you have an open heart. You cannot. And so opening up the heart will allow you to work towards becoming the Empress, to having all the embody the qualities of the queens. You're going to be able to be creative, put things into works, put things into life, and yep, and denial. And you cannot do anything when you are in denial. Like in denial with, for example, the heart. Okay, no, I don't have any walls around my heart. Okay, how do you feel when you interact with people around you? Do you feel? How do you feel when you go out in nature? How do you feel when you do things that you're supposed to love? Do you feel the joy? Or are you just accustomed to saying, this is what I love, it's on my likes. This is my likes and these are my dislikes over there. So on my list of likes, because I like that group of people, I'm going to put my likes like to them. So that now we are alike, now we are the same. We have the same likes on our list. And is the heart in it? No. Would you admit that? No. Would that be a denial? Yes. And so how can you deal with that? Well, you go back to the heart, the gratitude, you start opening the heart, start working on it, and then you will know, when you notice the difference, you're going to see that there was probably pretty much a whole lot of denial in there. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. And believe me, most people on this planet are walking around with some kind of fear with them, inside of them. And with the power of now, with being present in the moment, opening the heart, gratitude, allowing your being to pulsate and be free and be feeling and vibrant and authentic, then life becomes really sweet. And the beautiful light in me, it honors, respects, and loves. Same beautiful light in you. Till next time, take care and namaste.